Welcome to another episode of This Call May Be Recorded. I'm Zach Garside, your host. This call is being recorded. Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who have watched the show before, know that we usually begin with a rant of epic proportions about the state of customer service in our world and industry. Today, I want to do something a little bit different with you, though. We have collected an assortment of opinions and memes on customer service. Someone's here for the cookies. Not sure what that means, but excited to have you here. Brandy, welcome. For the rest of you, please hit the comment section. Let me know where you're tuning in from today. This is the show where we listen to recorded customer service phone calls and coach them up live on the air. Let me share my screen with you, fine folks, and show you some memes that I think are going to kick this thing off well and get us all in the right mindset to head into the weekend and to learn a little bit about customer service. First things first, let's watch some TikToks, shall we? Here we go.
Thanks for contacting the fruit. My name is Carter. How can I help you? Hold on, sir. I heard you getting loud, and I think you just got it confused. I'm gonna make $19 an hour.
What does that have to do with anything?
Yeah, I was just letting you know that because it just lets you know that I'm an employee and not the employer. I don't own this company. So all of that you're getting ready to give to me, I want you to give it to them because they make all of the decisions. I will give you every refund if you wanted it. Because I could care less. It's not my money. I give you the whole store. But it is not me, it's them. So
okay, all right. That's good. I make $19 an hour. I just got to tell you that up front.
This piece of shit.
Whoa, that's not cool. Let's see here. Language, guys, I react to these just the same as you. Customer service is easy if there aren't any customers. That's a good one that the people who don't like treating their customers well might be able to relate to. Linda, listen, I'm trying to help you troubleshoot. Ed, eat a Snickers because you turn into a cranky CSR when you're hungry. Anybody else turn into a cranky CSR sometimes when they're hungry? When a customer starts arguing with you and you can't say anything. This is good. This is my favorite one so far. Yeah, let me hear what you have to say. Because you can't say anything. What are you going to insult the customer? I heard a CSR actually last week. They told the customer, you better stop what you're doing. This is stop harassing me, essentially. It was pretty funny. Not a good way to talk to the customer, though. What if I told you yelling at the CSR does not get the problem solved faster? Mr. Jones, Mr. Customer, what if I told you that yelling at me doesn't actually solve your problem any quicker? When your CSR says, my pleasure helping, slow your roll, lady. This isn't Chick-fil-A. Hey, now. We love Chick-fil-A. We love the my pleasure experience. There's some memes for your viewing pleasure. Let's take a look at a couple more here. I work in retail, and my customers are so rude and mean to me. That's cute. That's cute. Oh, geez. What's this? A little bit small here. I'm giving you excellent customer service. If you would just shut up and listen. I love that one, actually. That's a pretty good one. 20-level automated phone system before I can talk to a CSR. Ain't nobody got time for that. We're not going to play the videos right now because I'm a little worried that there might be some foul language and, I don't want to be responsible for corrupting you before your weekend. But there's some fun memes to show you before we go into listening to our phone calls today. As a reminder, folks, every week I have 4 or 5 phone calls. We try to get through as many as we possibly can. But our objective is to listen to these calls. I'm listening for the first time with all of you. I haven't heard any of these yet. In fact, I'm opening the folder with the calls right now. Our objective is to listen and react and then provide feedback. Without further ado, here's phone call number 1.
It's a great day. May I help you?
Hi, I was calling to see if I could get appointment scheduled for some service for my air conditioning unit.
Sure. What's going on with it? Is it not working right?
What's going on? Great question.
What I was wanting to do is I just get like everything cleaned out in there, clean the coils and all that good stuff. And then last year, towards the end of the year, another company came out and they said there was like a slow leak with the Freon, and they recharged it at that time. So I'd like to go ahead and see if it needs, a charge, and see what they think
Well-
about the leak, and potentially fixing it for us.
Yeah, normally you're not supposed to just keep adding Freon and adding Freon. It's bad for the environment. But kind of want you, if you have a hole in it or a leak, it's probably better to just get a new coil.
Well, that's what I'm curious about your guy taking a look at.
Sure. That would be no problem. Let's see here. What do I have available? What was there a certain day you were looking at?
Okay, so this is pretty good so far. It's good because the customer said, tell me more, what's going on at the beginning of the call, which I always am a fan of. Listen first. I probably wouldn't tell the customer you wouldn't want to do Freon because it's bad for the environment. Now, let me be clear here. That might be true, but we're trying to be of service. We're trying to help. People don't change. People don't respond well to being criticized or told that they're doing something bad. People want to be told what they can do that's better. Oh, well, I really appreciate you calling. I can see where you're coming from. The best thing for us to do right now would be to get somebody out there and inspect it. Probably not the best idea to tell the customer what you're doing is bad for the environment.
Or I don't
Not really. I'm not in a rush yet, because I try to do it before it starts getting hot out.
Oh, sure. I understand. Can I get your name and address, sir?
Yeah, last name is.
Okay, and your address? Oh. And the city?
Right now we're just listening to logistics.
Okay. And is this a good number to reach you at?
Let me give you my cell number. It's
Uh-huh. Okay. And would you by any chance have an email address I could add in the record? We usually just send receipts through email.
Sure. Email is at gmail.com.
Okay, so here's what I really like. Sometimes CSRs will spread this information out throughout the call. They'll ask for the address at the beginning, and then they'll ask for the email later, and then they'll ask for the phone number later. And the call is sort of this back and forth awkward conversation where we're talking about the problem. Now we're talking about where you live. Now we're talking about the problem again. Now we're talking about what your email is. To keep all of that condensed, like let's talk about the problem. Let's talk about the logistics, where you're located. And now let's talk about the value and appointment. Separating it, compartmentalizing it like that is a really effective way to keep the customer moving forward, getting some momentum. So I really like that.
Alrighty. So you're basically looking at maybe like a tune-up, and then have them look at the leak and see what's going on there. Is that?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I could probably get you in Tuesday. Thursday is looking pretty good though, as far as having openings, but I could fit you in Tuesday if whichever would work better for you.
Either of those is fine.
Okay. So this is pretty good. Let's fast forward to where she builds value.
Parts or repairs throughout the year.
Ooh,
So,
okay.
and we would come in regular maintenance, do like a one-time. Okay,
Okay.
sure, no problem.
All right, let's hear it.
What we could do as far as the tune-up goes, there's a couple different things. We could do like a one-time tune-up for $99, or you can join our Advantage plan, which is like, if you wanted to have regular maintenance done. And what it is $159 for the year. And we would come out and do a tune-up on your AC now, since we're getting ready for air conditioning season. And then back in the fall, like, November, December, and do a tune-up on your furnace for you. So you get 2 tune-ups for the $159, or you could get the one for $99. And if you did sign up for the
Okay.
Advantage plan, you would get a 15% off of any parts or repairs throughout the year. So it might be, you know,
Sure, yeah. Let's
a
go
good
with the
deal for
advantage
you.
plan.
Yeah, especially
Let's
if
do
you know
that, yeah.
you have a coil that has a problem. Okay. All
Okay.
right. How about
So we're rambling a little bit there. You hear the customer kept trying to say, "Oh, okay, yeah, sounds good. Let's do the Advantage plan." And the CSR keeps talking, keeps going, keeps talking over him. So again, this is a pretty good phone call, but I'm looking for more polish. I'm looking for when I train CSRs, there's different levels that they evolve up, right? So we start typically at scripting. Here's some script. Here's how the call should flow. Use this to help you get comfortable with what the conversation should sound like. And then we evolve from following a script to using our intuition. Now I'm using the principles in the scripting. I'm using the framework to adapt each phone call to the unique customer's needs. So there's a little bit of that. Now I'm, instead of just following the word for word script, I'm moving and I'm adapting to what the customer's needs are. I'm matching their pace and tone, building value in unique ways. And then we get to this point where we want to optimize for effectiveness in booking and closing. We want to be polished. If you can get the element of great conversation and salesmanship combined, you are unstoppable. I mean, seriously, you are an indispensable asset to that company if you can both create a valuable conversation with the customer and be a great salesman. Because contrary to popular belief, customers do like to be sold to. This is a great way to say it right here. Need more fluidity. Yes. We want it to flow. We don't want it to be choppy or sound unsure or like we're tripping over and babbling, tripping over ourselves and just rambling. We want to be polished, fluid. I was listening to some phone calls with a CSR who was confident, who was such a fantastic talker. I mean, in building the relationship with the customer, they were asking questions, empathizing, restating the problem, joking around, laughing a little bit. And then when it came time to pitch the actual service, the service agreement, it was so smooth. The value proposition was just crystal clear. The ask was very simple. Would you like me to sign you up for the maintenance plan? And then she paused and waited for the customer's response. I want to hear that fluid conversation. I want to hear that. I want the conversation itself to be so valuable that the customer's glad they called you, even if they don't book with you. Right? I want there to be a smile on their face when they hang up the phone. Let's look at another phone call.
Yes, my name is, and someone had left a message on my machine to schedule somebody to come out and look at my air conditioning unit that they installed last fall.
Okay, yep, we just need to get that startup scheduled. Is there a certain day of the week or time of day that works better for you than another?
No, not really. I'm retired, so I'm usually home all the time.
Okay. Let's see here. How about if I was able to, well, let's see. My computer is being very slow today. I click on something and it takes forever.
Isn't technology wonderful?
It doesn't make you sound very
It is
professional.
when it works, but when it doesn't work, it is not my friend. How about if I look at the week of the 20th? Is there any day that week that does not work for you? I know you said most of the time you're available, but.
Yeah, but now the 20th, I've got family coming in from from Florida, for a few days. So,
Okay.
they usually stay about 3 days. So,
How
maybe
about
it's
Friday
Thursday.
the 17th? What if we get it taken care of before they come?
well, if you can do it before they come, that's fine.
Okay, Friday the 17th in the afternoon?
That would be great.
Okay, sounds good. Well, I'll go ahead and put you down for that, okay?
All right. Thank you very much, hon.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. There are 4 words that I say on every single episode of this show. Yeah, 4 words to describe what we want to do, what kind of experience we want to create for the customer every time we get on the phone with them. Can anybody tell me what those 4 words are? And they start with the word more. Sarah, you're my favorite. You win, Sarah. You're the winner of the day. It's got to be more than a transaction. It's got to be more than a transaction. What you just heard there, we kind of made ourselves seem a little unprofessional, right? It's, my computer is not working. It's not my friend when it doesn't do this. It takes a while to load. I don't really know if I want to give my money to a company that can't even get its computers working. If you can get your computers, you book my appointment on to work properly, what makes me think you're going to be able to fix my system properly? So you've got to be a professional. You got to be professional, but not stoic. And you've got to make it more than a transaction, because all this call was a transaction. We made the customer listen to our problems with a slow computer, and we booked an appointment and left it at that. Now, I did appreciate that the CSR said, what if we book it for Friday before your family comes in? I liked that. That was good to be proactive and find a way to serve the unique customer's needs. But it has to be more than a transaction. Thank you, Brandy and Sarah. T-shirts are on the way, by the way, folks. T-shirts are coming. Appreciate your patience with those. All right. Let's go to phone call number 3. Here we go.
It's a great day. I'm going to make you smile today.
Yes. This is, and you guys have been out here one time before to our home, but we're having issues with our thermostat.
Oh, no.
It's not like heated, it's not like cooling.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
And we need someone to come and check it.
Okay, do you know how old that system is?
Do you want to know what the most transactional word in customer service is? Okay. 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 I mean, for heaven's sakes, you guys, chatbots on websites say more than okay, right? Okay. That's the most transactional word. If you're going to say okay, it's time to turn it over to a robot. The robot will literally say more than that. Let's keep listening.
It's about 7 or 8 years old.
Okay.
Okay.
You
That's our third
said
time
the
saying okay.
thermostat.
Tell me more. That's right, Brandy.
Well,
Tell me
it's
more.
like it's uncool, and we set it. I don't know if we just got the thermostat messed up or that we set it and then it doesn't cool down to what the temperature says, and it'll register that it's 80 degrees in here.
Don't say it.
Okay.
Ah, she said it again. Okay, that's number 4.
Okay, let me see.
Okay, that was 5. We said okay 5 times. We've said okay more than any other word, and I think we've probably said it like 20% of our words so far have been okay. This is still going, by the way. This is dead air you're listening to. Do 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 do. Do, 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 do. Still going. This call is still playing, folks. This is just dead air. This is just silence. Wow. I'm not kidding you guys. This call is still going. The battle at the OK Corral. SB, who are you? This call is still playing. We are going on 1 minute of pure silence. Dead space. I can hear my heartbeat. Wow.
We have an 8 to 11 for tomorrow available.
You don't have anybody that could come today?
No, ma'am.
No.
Okay. All right, just go ahead and put us down for then.
Okay. And it is an $89 dispatch fee for us to
Okay.
send the technician out there to you.
There,
Okay.
you-
If you have a cancellation today, do y'all,
and there is an $89 dispatch fee to get them out there too. You don't want to present the dispatch fee like it's bad news, right? You don't want to tell the customer, okay, but there's an $89 dispatch fee. No, you want to come out, right? We don't want to tell them it's to come out. Nobody's paying $89 for you to come out. We want to tell them to have our technician come out and do a full inspection, come out on a license. He's licensed, he's backed by our company. He's going to have a fully stocked truck, do a thorough inspection, sit you down, do an in-home consultation, let you know what your options are. To have him come out and do all that, it's only $89. That's how we present the fee, not, okay, so you know it's $89 for him to come out. That's right, Sarah. We have billed that value. Let's finish this.
do y'all have a cancellation list or no? Because my husband,
Yes.
he got out of the hospital last week.
The customer's getting themselves on the cancellation list. Should be called the urgency list, by the way. We don't want a cancellation list. We don't want customers believing that we have so many cancellations, we literally have a list for it. It's called the urgency list. Gets you faster service.
And it was rather hot in here yesterday, so I was kind of wanting to get it checked.
Okay.
That,
Okay.
if you have something, you could just give us a call.
Yes. I will leave that in the notes.
Okay.
I will
thank you
leave
so
that in the
much.
notes.
You got our address and everything?
Yes, ma'am. You're at
That's correct, yes.
Still going. Silence. Silence again.
great.
Okay.
All righty, thank you so much.
Of course, no problem. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Say it with me, folks. Type those four, everybody unanimously, type those 4 words into the chat. What are we trying to create? What are we trying to do here? What do our phone calls need to be? They need to be more than a transaction. More than a transaction. So a couple things here. Number one is I have to empathize every time I hear a phone call like this. More than a transaction. More than a transaction. Okay, Sarah. Oh man, it's got to be more than a transaction. When I hear phone calls like this, I do empathize with the people who are handling the call. I do empathize with the CSR because there's so many factors that go into a call like this. It could be leadership of the company. You know, they just don't appreciate or respect the CSR position. They treat them like second-class citizens. They get all the leftover donuts. I remember we went to train a company one time. Stephen Dale, he's our director of training, goes to this company to do CSR training. But before the training, he sits down with the management team to talk about expectations for the day. They're sitting there having a good conversation, eating donuts. So Stephen, very perceptive, Stephen says to the management team, he says, "Can I guess where those leftover donuts are going?" He said, "They're going to the CSR department, aren't they?" And the managers kind of proudly said, "Oh, yes, absolutely. We love our CSRs. We send all the leftover donuts to them." And he said, "Yeah, that's right. The leftover donuts. They get the scraps. They get the stuff that nobody else wants." And that management team sort of looked down. Right, well, I guess it's good timing we brought you here for training then, right? Okay. So sometimes that's what causes phone calls like this to take place. It's that the CSRs aren't being respected. They're not being appreciated or shown that they matter, that there's value to what they do. And so the natural result of that kind of treatment is that they treat their customers that way. How you treat your CSRs is how they will treat your customers, period. So that's what the first thing I want to say is you got to empathize with the customer. Sarah says, you can hear a smile. You can tell in someone's eyes, in their tonality, in their posture. You can tell whether they're in a good state of mind. You can't hide it. We wear our emotions on our sleeves. So that's first thing. Second thing, let's assume this CSR is being treated well at work. The management respects them, understands them, cares about them, shows them that they're appreciated, and yet their phone calls still sound like this. It's got to be more than a transaction. It has to be more than a transaction. You've got to create a wow experience. I think I heard the word okay in that phone call 9 or 10 times. Every time the customer said something, the CSR responded with, okay, okay, okay. And it wasn't enthusiastic either. It was very monotone. Okay, okay, okay. You've got to put some energy into the call first and foremost. And you got to change it up. You got to say, absolutely. Tell me a little bit more about that. Oh, that's super frustrating. Well, we can definitely help. You've called the right place. I'm glad you reached out to us. Anything else but okay. We had one CSR in our coaching program today say to their coach, I feel like I'm always saying, absolutely, I can definitely help you with that on my calls. Like every single phone call, absolutely, I can help you with that. Absolutely, I can help you with that. And I want to change it up, she said. And that's easy to do. You don't have to say the same thing on every single call. Switch it up, have some fun, put your personality into it. Do you know what draws customers to you? It's not your pricing. It's not even the mere quality of the service, because other contractors also provide quality work. You're not the only ones that do good work. They're attracted to you. It's your brand personality. It's the characteristics of the people who interact with the customer that draws them to you, that builds that loyalty. So let that show in the call. There are certain principles of customer service that should be at play in every conversation, but you should also infuse the conversation with you and your unique personality, your unique style and way of interacting with them. Don't just say, okay. Don't just say, absolutely, I can help you with that. Find different ways to reassure them that you can help. And again, when you present the fee, don't present it like it's bad news. It's going to be $89 for us to come out. Are you okay with that? No, build value around it and say, let me tell you exactly what you're going to get here, Mr. Jones. You're going to love this service because what we do is we send out our licensed technician to your home. He's backed by our company, so you're in very good hands, and he's got a fully stocked truck. He'll have all the parts and tools he needs to get started as soon as he arrives. Now, when he gets there, he's going to perform a thorough inspection of your air conditioner to determine why it's blowing warm air. And then he'll sit down with you in your home, do a little consultation, let you know what your options are, good, better, best, something that works for your budget. And he'll present you with pricing. To have a technician come do all that, it's only $8 or $9. May I book this appointment for you on Friday, Mr. Jones? You got to build value with it. Be confident in presenting your pricing. Don't just throw it out there like it's bad news. Don't position it like it's a warning sign, like warning, $8 or $9 dispatch fee. No, build value with it. Let the customer know why they should be happy to be paying it. As my friend Heather says, it's got to be more than a transaction. The customer can hear you smiling. The customer knows. Now, there's one more thing I want to do today, folks. In a week and a half, so not next Wednesday, but the following Wednesday on June 29th at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. I'm about to put a link in here for you. We are doing what is, in my opinion, one of the most valuable webinars that we have ever done here at Power Selling Pros. If you go to powersellingpros.com/agreements, you will be able to register for our newest webinar, Unlimited Customers, how to build a maintenance agreement list that powers your business all year. Let me show you the page so you can see what we're doing. But if you go to powersellingpros.com/agreements, you will be taken to this page that you see right here on the screen. Again, the webinar is called Unlimited Customers. You like my megaphone there? I really went crazy at conferences this spring, guys. Don't judge me. Unlimited Customers, how to build a maintenance agreement list that powers your business all year. The reason this is important, you guys, is because we absolutely have to get our customers on a maintenance plan. Maintenance plans are the lifeblood of a service business, period. Here at Power Selling Pros, all of our coaching clients are maintenance agreement customers, right? They all do service with us on an ongoing basis. And do you know what happened when the pandemic started? It's the fact that we are a service-based business with maintenance agreements that allowed us to pull through. The same can be said for so many other types of service businesses. What happens when you get into a recession is customers are afraid to pull the trigger on an $18,000 new install. They're afraid to reach out and call about a repair because they don't know what it's going to cost. But if they're on your maintenance agreement list, you can call them anytime and proactively do service for them, proactively find new install opportunities. So on June 29th at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, we are doing this webinar, Unlimited Customers, how to build a maintenance agreement list that powers your business all year. Enter your name, email address, register, and you'll be in. We're going to give a recording to everybody after as well. In this webinar, guys, we are going to show you how to grow your maintenance plan list over the phone like you've never seen it before. We've been doing a lot of homework here. We've been coaching a lot of people on this, and we've been seeing what other companies do. One of our clients sells over 90% of their maintenance agreements over the phone, and it's happening on almost every phone call. They're constantly offering it, and this is what I want to see you do as well. We're going to talk about growing your maintenance plan, launching it if you haven't got one in place yet. We're going to talk about all the objections and barriers that people have to selling their maintenance plans. So please do yourself a huge favor. Go to powersellingpros.com/agreements. Sign up for the Unlimited Customers webinar that's happening on June 29th. I promise it's going to be well worth your time to participate in that. And with that said, we're all set for today, folks. This has been episode 23 of This Call May Be Recorded. Let's finish with a couple of comments from the mystery person, SB. Take ownership of the call. Cost $500 to get the phone to ring. You got it. Pretend you spent $500 for that phone call. Exactly. We do the math on this all the time. If your average, what's the math that we do sometimes on this? If your average ticket is $500 and you book one more call a day, over the course of a year, you will make $125,000 extra from booking one more call a day than you are now. What would you do with it? How would you treat it? How excited would you be that you got a response from the $500 investment? Own it. That's right. You've got to treat every single phone call like you spent $500 to have that conversation. Think about that for a second. Share that with your CSRs. In fact, we cut these clips up. So right now, for my video editing team, we're going to make this a clip right here. All right, here's what I want to tell everybody. When a customer calls you, you have to act as though you spent $500 for the pleasure of having that conversation, because you probably did. You have to treat the customer like you paid for the privilege of having a conversation with them, because again, you probably did. And if you treat your customers that way, if you treat every interaction like it cost you several $100s to just be talking to them, I promise you that you will see different results in your business. You won't be saying things like, okay, 10 times on the call. You'll be creating wow experiences for them. You'll be treating them like absolute royalty. You'll be providing the Chick-fil-A experience, the Ritz-Carlton experience. You'll be making that customer hang up the phone and say, wow, I've never received service like that on the phone, maybe ever. It's got to be more than a transaction. You got to treat the customer as though you paid $500 to talk to them every single time that phone rings. I could pretty much sum up every piece of call handling and customer service and sales advice we teach here at PowerSling Pros into that little rant right there. Treat every single conversation like you paid $500 to have. That's all I got, folks. We'll see you next Friday for episode 24 of This Call May Be Recorded. And make sure you go to powerslingpros.com, everybody. I'll put it on the screen one more time, /agreements, and register for the Unlimited Customers webinar happening on June 29th. You're not going to want to miss that one. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next time.